Welcome everyone. I'm Banner Pilot. You probably already know that by now. Um, Today we're going to be playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Super Nintendo, the Japanese version, by the way. I recently did the little modification thing to the Super Nintendo, which honestly isn't much. You just take pliers and you pull the little plastic pieces off. Some of you may not like that, but I don't really see too much harm in it. It's not something that you're going to see on the inside. I need to finish it by sanding it down, but that'll be a project for another time. Till then, it at least plays. Um, so, sorry if it looks all grainy and stuff. It looks grainy as heck on my side, so I don't really know what to do about that. I have everything else unplugged, nothing else is powered on next to it. Well, with the exception of the TV, but that's about it. But anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and begin. So, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Uh, Not really good at this game, but am I really good at any game? Not really. I am going to be using Chun-Li, though, because she's like a character that I've kind of learned to use really well. Mostly just spamming or kicking. Oh. Ah, love that move. But, yeah, this is pretty fun. I definitely recommend it to beginning fighting game enthusiasts. Definitely one that I've spent a little bit of time with. Well, to some extent. Oh, that health bar on my side does not look good. I hope I can do better next time. Oh no. No, please. Okay, you gonna do that again? Oh no. Whew, that almost, I almost died there. But anyway, I should probably explain today, so proof it is the Japanese version. Um, I do apologize for those of you who are wanting to see Metroid Prime 2, and also I apologize to those of you who wanted to see Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance the other day. I really apologize for that. I don't know what was happening there. I just could not get it to work right. It was really disappointing. Oof, Ryu's kicking my butt. Uh, oh no, I knew he'd do that. But like I said last week, or if you guys didn't hear me, you probably couldn't. Um, Last week I had the unfortunate discovery that the memory card that I was using became corrupted. So one format later, all my data is pretty much gone. Well, it was gone as soon as that thing was corrupted. So I couldn't really do too much there. But all the progress that we made on that Twitch stream, or on our past Twitch streams, is just gone now. So I'm going to have to go through and play through those levels again. Or not levels, just those areas again. Which shouldn't take too long. I've just been kind of busy lately, so haven't really had time to get back to it yet. Oh no, we're not going to be able to make the final kit. Oh, yep, he got us. But I do plan on getting back to it as soon as I get back up there. Should be by next week. on Wednesday. We're not backing out yet. Let's try Ken. I haven't used him in a while. But, yeah, I'm gonna try and get back to it. I'm gonna focus some time, preferably on my downtime, just to get back to where we were. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, I'm not very good with Ken. Whatever. But as for, the time being, we're just gonna, well, for now, we're gonna do the Friday stream like normal. And today we're just gonna chill out with Street Fighter. I was thinking about starting up just another marathon in its place for the time being. It won't take me long to get back to where we were on Metroid Prime 2, but just in case something else should go wrong, I do want to have options. I don't know if the American version of Street Fighter had blood, but this one definitely has it. I thought that was kind of weird for a Nintendo game. I'm going back to Chun-Li. I don't care. If we get a game over, I'll lower the difficulty. As ashamed as I am to do that, but anyway. Yeah, definitely a little bit trickier than the other one. What is it? Sonic the Fighters, yeah. And some of you watching this are probably thinking, oh, he can do like the tornado kick or whatever. I wish I knew how to do that, but I don't have that much experience with Street Fighter. Technically, I should have looked up a moves list or something, but did you have a move list or a way to look up moves at the arcade? No, I don't think so. Well, you might have. I don't remember. Oh, those stupid Hadoukens, dude. Once we get past him, I'm sure it gets easier. Oh, if we get past him. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I should probably just got a game over there so I could lower the difficulty. Now, don't let my butt get whooped be a sign of this not being as good of a game as it should be. This is actually a really fun game, especially with multiplayer. I just really stink at it. Yeah. As for last week, I guess it was just a problem on the internet provider's side, but I was having like really bad bit rate or kilobytes on my end, so it ended up being like really laggy, and I did not want to continue the stream if it was going to be that way. I already had enough issues with the memory card being being corrupted and such, so kind of gave up on it Friday, but I'm back, and it looks like it's going pretty well. Hopefully we can keep that up. Yeah, I am not continuing. Keep forgetting there's a name thing. But anyway, it's all back to normal. Everything looks pretty good. And, you know, for today, I was thinking, oh, that's the Daishi from Mega Man. Didn't notice that before. I wanted to make sure that it was, you know, working well. So I thought, well, since I got a new game, why don't we try it with that? And so far, I'm not having any issues. Let's hope it stays that way. Wow, they really want me to go against Ryu, huh? Oh, stop it with the Hadoukens. I gotta stop jumping. What? Oh, come on, man. I'm not that bad. Was not expecting that recovery time. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I got a game over on that difficulty. It's alright. I'll get him eventually. I was actually trying to figure out what I wanted to play today, and I was thinking, you know, obviously the new game would be a better option. But I was also like, you know, I've been on a really big Sega kick lately. But after Sonic the Fighters, I don't want to oversaturate this live stream with Sonic stuff, or Sega stuff for that matter. Alright, enough with your Hadoukens, dude. Oh my goodness. Ah! Okay. Ah, I didn't block. Whatever. There we go. Whew. I was gonna lose my mind if I lost to him again. Yeah, there we go. Alright. We're past him. Should be smooth sailing now. I hope. Oh yeah, totally smooth sailing now. Or I spoke too soon. As long as I can get him into that corner, it should be alright. Maybe I'll show off some Raiden trad today. Or not Raiden trad, just normal Raiden. I managed to pick up one of those original cases for... Wow. Just mop the floor with me. I managed to pick up an original copy of the Raiden project for the PlayStation 1. I've been dying to show that one off. That one is... If you're into flying or shoot 'em up games and stuff, that's a really good series to get into. I wholeheartedly recommend it. There we go. Definitely one of the more exciting shoot 'em up flying games. Blanca, or Blanca, whatever. I guess I should probably talk a little bit about this game, or this version of the game. The Japanese version isn't too different from the American version. There's like a couple differences here and there, but they're usually just background things. And I don't know if the blood was in the American version on the feet screens, but I think that might be Japanese exclusive. Because I know that America was a little more like, or a little more censored when it came to gore and stuff, until Mortal Kombat. Oh, he was doing this to me the last time. Ah, he did it again. Please let go. Oh, whew. But apart from language translations, obviously, you know, it's pretty much the same game. You got the same game modes, all that fun stuff. I'm doing that wrong. I always liked this stage. Thought it was cool. USA, eh? Oof. No amount of sonic booms can take me down. Here, anyway. So at some point in the near future, hopefully I'll get some new games, because I've got a new system to try out. I just recently picked up... Wow, he knocked me out twice. I just recently picked up a Sega CD Model 2, and that kind of completes my Sega console collection. The home console collection. I'm still missing the Game Gear. But I'm very excited. The Sega CD has some of the... well, almost some of the better games for the Genesis. Wow, that was lucky. It has my favorite Sonic game. Well, minus Sonic Mania. Second favorite Sonic game, which is Sonic CD. And there is a couple others on there. I heard that RoboLest was pretty good. Sylpheed looks pretty cool. There's just plenty of games on there that you could pick up. But I really want to look around for them. The only problem is some of those CD games are a lot more expensive than just the cartridge games. I mean, they're not like Sega 32X game expensive, but they're up there. And if I want to get a game like Snatcher, well, I don't plan on getting a physical copy of that anytime soon. Or a real physical copy. If anything, I might just get me a fan-made copy or whatever. Oh, almost did a special move. There we go. Oh, he's gonna Shoryuken me to death, isn't he? Yep, he did. No worries. We can come back. But anyway, back to the Sega CD. Uh, Definitely looking forward to the game selection I have for it. I'm a little miffed at the prices of the games, but it's just what to expect. Sadly, retro gaming has become a lot more expensive in recent years. Well, I'd say about 5 years ago, it just skyrocketed. But it really depends on the type of system you're looking at too. You can't buy like GameCube games without it being, you know, at least $50 for some of the lesser games out there, I'd say. I mean, I get it. For games like Mario and stuff, you gotta have your buy and demand set up and stuff. And I get it, but for crying out loud, $60 for just the disc of Super Mario Sunshine? That's insane. I can understand like 30 maybe, but oh, right. Ken's Ken's not liking my dissing on the retro game prices. Oh well, we still got this. Maybe I'll try a different character. I haven't tried Zangief in a while. That's probably for a good reason. Yep. Goodness gracious. I didn't even knock him out the first time. Oh well. Alright. If I can just survive another spam encounter with Ken, I should be good to go. See if we can kick him into a corner. There we go. Oh, we're going against our OG player. I'm gonna get destroyed here. I really wish I'd have looked up a special move list, because this probably would have helped here. Not much. No biggie, no biggie. See, that's what I was trying to pull off. There we go. I like the little guy, or the guy in green back there tickling that chicken. Oh, can we get that last punch? Oh, it might be over here. Oh, no, we got her. Whew. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna get this. Nah, we totally lost this. If I'd have had Chun-Li there, I probably would have been able to do it. But that's alright. Nothing like a kick to the toe to knock somebody out. I definitely want to get better at this game. Like, I hate that that I have to lower the difficulty for this kind of game. I just need more practice in it, I guess. Then again, I guess Street Fighter isn't like my number one go-to fighting game. I think my go-to fighting game would be Mortal Kombat. The older ones, not the new ones with the X-ray moves and stuff. I don't know, those just rub me the wrong way. Huh, did something there. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't teleport to the other side. I wonder if I can spam that. Oh well, we'll never know. And we're back. I thought Bison was the guy, was the dude in red. I didn't think it was this guy. Hoorah. Oh, he knocked me out. This is where it goes downhill. Especially if I keep jumping like that. Yep. Right in the kneecap. I always go with faster characters. Heavy characters have their place, but give me one that's light on their feet any day. That, and with Chun-Li, you can definitely spam your attacks. Much like Ryu and, is it Ryu or Ryu? I'm pretty sure it's Ryu. I don't know, everybody's got all kinds of different pronunciations for these names. I honestly don't care. Whatever name you grew up on, go with it. I'm sure somebody will recognize it. It's Chun-Li for you. Well, except for that one. And that other one. Oh, wow. Oh, well, we got 16 of them. Good enough for me. Now, if this were Marvel vs. Capcom 2, this would be a whole different story. I'd probably be doing great in this. Well, until I get to stage 3. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too great at fighting games. I try to be, though. There we go. Ooh, that could have been bad. Bingo. I think we've got 2 more guys to beat. Yeah, now we're on to Sagat. With his tiger blasts or whatever. Oh. For those of you who don't know, oh, it's the tiger uppercut. For those of you who don't know, he was the main boss in the original Street Fighter game. Definitely one of the lesser popular ones. I assume that that these games got popular with the sequel. Oh, this is bad. Yep, he's gonna juggle me. Okay. Whew. As long as we get him once, I'm happy. Oh, he was waiting for that. Alright, want to play that way? I can see that. We still got this. When we beat this, I'll probably play one more game. Because I've been meaning to play this next game for quite some time. It was one that my dad actually told me I should look into picking up. so couldn't pass on it. It's also another Capcom game, so might as well keep with the theme. Oh no. Oh, come on. We had it. Oh, it's always the uppercut. Throws me off. No, come on, we can do it. Oh, yeah. Whew. Did it. On to the boss. Good old Vega. Oof. It's off to a good start. Man. It's a bad start for me. Ah. Come on, knock him out once. Oh no, this is gonna be. Oh, nope, it's over. As soon as those birds fly up, you know it's over. Oh, we might get him this time. Nope, he's got us. He's totally got us. Okay, whew. We really got it. I gotta stop going whew all the time. It's just like the jumping in this game. It's contagious. Come on. Ah, we can do it. No! That's what I like to see. There we go. We beat him. That was something. Now I just gotta get better and beat it on the normal difficulty. But anyway, that was Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the Super Nintendo. I wanted to get it on the Sega Genesis. I hear that the graphic presentation is a little bit better, but I also hear that the sound design on the Super Nintendo version is better than the Sega version. So since most people typically stuck with the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter 2, I couldn't pass it up. Plus, it was a Japanese import copy that they had, so I really couldn't pass it up. I've been wanting to pick up more of the import games because I hear that first of all, for some systems like the Sega Saturn, it's a lot cheaper to get them imported, but also the cartridges for the Super Nintendo, they look so much cooler. Uh, and you can totally play them on an American Super Nintendo. You just got to do a little bit of customization. So, region locking on a Super Nintendo is somewhat odd. It's basically a physical region lock. So if you look inside of the disc, or not the disc tray, the cartridge slot, you'll see that there are two little pegs on the back side of that slot. Those are specifically for American games, which have two grooves in their cartridges, and they slide perfectly onto those. If you snap those off, though, you can put in Japanese games. I'm sure PAL games can probably go in there too. Although with PAL games, that's different. That's different because that actually has software specifications. So, whereas the difference between the two is American and I think Japanese games both run at 60 hertz, and PAL games run at 50 hertz. And I guess that the PAL games just run a lot faster than they should on American hardware or Japanese hardware. So definitely a little weird there. And I don't know if that's the case anymore. I think it's changed since then, as far as like the hertz and games goes. But for cartridge games, anything from Nintendo 64 all the way back to NES, it's gonna be different. So, but anyway, yeah. Uh, let's go ahead and change over to the next game. Turn that off real quick. And let's see if we can pull it out. I need to do some cleaning in my room today. But that'll come later. Anyway, next game, another Capcom game. This one was something my dad told me I should pick up. Oh, guess it's a little dirty. That's the joy of game collecting. Every now and then you come into a dirty, or come across a dirty game. Just needs a little bit of a wipe down, or just adjusting a little bit. Let's come on this time. There it goes. I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Oh, look at those Mode 7 graphics. Yep, good old UN Squadron. I believe it's called Area 55 in Japan. But as you can see, it's a side-scrolling shooter game. Pretty neat. Definitely one of the... I personally think it's one of the slower shooting games, or shmup games. But it is still very enjoyable. I do wish there was a turbo, or a rapid fire function in this game, though. My thumbs get kind of sore with this game. Actually, let's see real quick. There might be. Game level normal. I'll keep that to where it is. Okay, well, we'll figure out as we go. Stick to this gentleman here. Area 88, that's what it's called. So, you start off with these overlay maps. And each of those little orange or red triangles that you see, you know, they're going to be ground forces that you have to take care of. We'll get back to that. Anyway, in this game you have the option to buy fighter jets and such as you play through the game. Unfortunately, we don't have that much money, so we're sticking to the F-8E, which is the plane we saw earlier. And then here you can buy weapons and such. I'm gonna say we buy the conventional bombs. Especially for a land assault. So I guess if you do hold down the button, it does do rapid fire, but only for a short amount of time. You pick up power-ups to level up your guns. Drop bombs with the B button. Drop them on helicopters, I guess. Unlike, you know, most shoot-'em-up games, in this, you don't have, like, just instant death. Your temperature gauge goes down, or your critical gauge goes down, and then you have to wait for it to charge up again. I assume. But if you're at the danger level and you get hit, then you die immediately. So it's kind of a buffer, but not much. And look at all that money we made. We can get all these special weapons now. And you keep your power-ups. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can level up your fighters as you fly through these. Now, if you buy a new fighter, then you have to level that one up specifically. But I don't think it lasts, or I don't think it takes too long. I need to swap weapons. Okay. So, red enemies will give you power-ups. Normal enemies won't give you anything. Ooh, that was not good. I'm not the best at this game, but I definitely have fun with it. Ooh, that wasn't good. Ah! Get out of here. Oh, yep. Ah! Well, I say we go after the plane here. And you unlock more weapons with each fighter that you get, although certain fighters can only use certain weapons. So, our choice is these weapons here. Eventually you'll get like better fighters. And while you may be able to get this weapon and this weapon, you may lose this weapon, or maybe even that. Well, no, I think that one's universal, but... Anyway, this is an air battle. Pretty much the same thing here, just make sure that you know, you're on your toes and don't get hit too many times. Watch out for projectiles. See if we can take them on. I always have a hard time with those guys. I haven't played this one too much yet. I was actually thinking about waiting to get together with my dad and play this one with him. Because I know he said that he really enjoyed this one, so... Ah! You can shoot those projectiles down that he's shooting at us, but I never do. Your goal is to keep him away from your base. It's not too hard to do, just make sure you're keeping an eye on it. And if they do get to your base, it's not the end of the world. You just gotta fight them every time. You can't choose until you take out the threat. Ow. Wish I could have an arcade stick for this kind of game. It'd just feel more natural. Oh, wow. I totally blindsided myself there. I guess I'm just not very good at Capcom games, unfortunately. Then again, I will never claim that I'm good at any game, to be honest. I don't play games to get good at them, I just play them to have fun. You guys can probably hear the clicking on my buttons in this stream. If that's annoying, I do apologize. This is a third-party controller, so it's a little bit louder than the first-party ones that you get. I should be using those, man. Yeah, they're like right on top of my base. I'm gonna have to take care of these guys. I know I just used up all that, but I really wanted him gone. Oh, this is not good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lower the difficulty here too. I hate to do it, but just to give a little bit better gameplay. Oh, let's do it on hard mode. Really show how bad I am. I don't know if there's a difference between the fighter pilots, but maybe I'll figure that out some other time. I might revisit this one. Oh, I wasted my money on that. Wait, we can get our money back. There we go. Maybe I'll look into getting a new controller. I can imagine the clicking here is probably really annoying. lost a life there. Alright, let's see if we can do it this time. Alright, I'm out of bombs. Ha! We did it. No money back from the special weapons. That's alright. The character designs almost remind me of Macros, almost. Or, as most people here in America know it, as Robotech. Kind of a mix between that and Cyborg 009. Almost. That's a game I should look for. It's not a very fun one, but it's still pretty cool. It's one of my favorite franchise. Oh wow, one of my favorite franchises. All right, let's give that plane guy there one more try. Yeah, I'm really gonna need to find a solution to the to my controller, because I'm noticing, I'm looking at the sound board here on OBS. I'm noticing that it's picking it up like a lot. Oh, distracted me. Oh well. What I need to do is I need to find me an external mic, a good one, and then start using that from here on out. I hear that the quality might be better than what I'm using right now, because right now I'm using a Logitech headset, which gets the job done. But I do know that there are better options out there. Oh, I missed my power up. See if we can take this guy down. I don't think we will. Oh yeah, he's gonna destroy us. Should have been quicker. Whatever. I should probably change the name of my stream real quick. My bad. For anybody who is watching. Okay. Let's blast off. See if we can do it this time. As far as my shoot 'em up games go that I'm good at, I prefer games like, well, first of all, Biohazard Battle for the Sega Genesis. That That one I find a lot of enjoyment out of. It's hard, much like this one, but I've gotten somewhat good at it. I can at least survive. And then, what's another one I'm good at, or sort of good at? I'd have to look at my catalog. Oh no, I'm kind of good at raiding. Got too close. Oh well. If I get a game over, I'll probably call it for this stream. Not that I'm not having fun or anything, but there's some things I gotta get done today around the house. I try to get as close as I can so those bombs always hit. Actually, no. Can I buy... No, I can't buy anything yet. Okay. Oh, I used up one of my power-ups. That's the only problem I have with shoot-'em-ups on consoles. I always mix up the buttons. At least on an arcade, they try to label it to some extent. Unless you're on a Neo Geo, then you just gotta know. But anyway, I would say this is a fun one to pick up. Definitely give it a try. It's hard, and it's definitely one of the more brutal shoot-'em-up games out there. But it's so satisfying when you actually do something right in this game. But I guess that could be said for any shoot-'em-up game. I find it to be unique in that you buy your special weapons from the start, so you can kind of strategize what you're gonna do, unless you just buy everything like I do. Alright. I guess that was a health pickup I managed to find. I think that's my only problem with shoot-'em-up games. I always miss, or I always like can't keep up with the projectiles and stuff they throw at you. But anyway, I think that's about enough there. I'll have to get better at this game, but I wanted to at least show it off, and you know, if my dad's watching out there, hey, uh, definitely a good choice. Thanks. um, but yeah, I think that'll do it for me today. Next or this upcoming Friday, come back here and we'll see what kind of games we got in store. I did get some new games in the mail. I've got that Sega CD model system, and I'm gonna be looking for some games. Hopefully, some cheap ones. Um, who knows? Maybe I'll pick up the first Mortal Kombat game for it. I hear that one's pretty good. I should also look for. Well, no, I guess that's a 32X game. That's another system I might do a little uh, more coverage on. I've got 32X, which is another add-on for the Genesis, and I for one really like the system. I think that it's a little more appealing than the CD unit, uh, in that the colors in the games are a lot better, and most of the games on there are just really fun. They're most of them are arcade ports, so nothing like too crazy or whatever. In terms of new games, unless you count like Knuckles Chaotix, which that's definitely one I want to look into because I actually have a copy of that. Only problem with that is, and that was another technical issue I came across, not really related to the stream, but just for me in general. Uh, for those of you who don't know, certain Sega games like Sonic 3 and Knuckles Chaotix use flash RAM, which is basically kind of like a save battery, except instead of a battery, it's a board or like a little chip that they put to the board, uh, which is great because they do last a lot longer than save batteries. The only problem is the company that makes those, Ramtron, uh, does not make those anymore, as far as I'm aware. You can still find the chip for Sonic 3. That one's all over eBay. But as far as the Ramtron chip for Knuckles Chaotix, I am at a loss for finding that, and that really stinks because that's definitely a game I want to live stream. But the problem is that would take an immense amount of time. I could do it in one sitting, but I'm most likely looking at I want to say a 2 hour stream just for that game alone. I feel that with Sonic games, you should take, or they should take about an hour or so, and then if they go over an hour, save and then come back the next time. Which is why I like Knuckles Chaotix and Sonic 3 for that matter, especially when Sonic 3 is connected to Knuckles, or Sonic and Knuckles, because then it doesn't, or you aren't focused on getting the game done as fast as you can, and you don't have to worry about time constraints and stuff. Because while I do enjoy playing games for a long amount of time, especially for streaming purposes, I'm not gonna lie that uh, it does take uh, it does take a lot out of me, first of all, and then I've also got other things I gotta do during the day. Got to keep those priorities in check. So um, until I find the day where I literally don't have anything to do, or I can, find a Ramtron chip for Knuckles Chaotix, I might put that one off. I think for Sonic CD, I'll probably look into getting one of those chips from eBay. Uh, but we'll see. And even then, I still have to learn how to solder it to the board. So we'll keep an eye on that. But who knows? Maybe Friday I'll at least start working on Sonic games because I've been dying to do a live stream of like Sonic 1 or 2, any of the Sonic games at this point. I'd even be happy to go back to Sonic CD, but I don't want to do games over and over again unless it's like a totally different experience. Who knows? Maybe next or maybe this Friday I'll do Doom on the 32X just to show off what that looked like and uh, you know show people that it's not as bad as some people say it is. The only thing that's bad about that game is the music, so everything else you don't have to worry about. But anyway, I'm rambling on and on. Looks like today's stream went well, so I wanted to make sure because if it didn't go well and the frame rate was really bad, not enough kilobytes per second coming through, then I probably would have just stopped doing Twitch streams altogether and just stuck to doing YouTube playthroughs instead. Um, which stinks for the viewers that are on Twitch that only catch my stuff on Twitch. But, uh, if it's not going to look good on Twitch, then I don't want to stick to doing just online streams. I want to give the best quality content that I can. which even now isn't a whole lot. I'm definitely not like some Let's Players out there that actually do great editing and cut out long lengths of time in their videos. But you know, I at least try to make them somewhat presentable. I always cut out the beginning emptiness and stuff or tests. And if there's a certain amount of time that the stream should go off or whatever, and I didn't catch it during the live stream, I can always go into Movie Maker and edit that later. That's another thing. I'm using Movie Maker, which isn't the best, but I know how to use it personally, and it's also free as far as I'm aware. So, you know, while most people are probably using Adobe software, I'm keeping my finances in check by not going and doing a subscription service to something like that. Uh, Not to say that there's anything wrong with using Adobe software, but uh, I just don't have the money for that. But that's okay. Anywho, I've kept you guys on here long enough. Um, Next or this Friday, we'll get to something on Sega. Who knows? I'll let you guys know when we get there. Till then, you guys have a great day, great night, whatever, wherever you're at. I will see you guys next time. Come check me out on Facebook, or not Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. It's just Urban Pilot. And yeah, you guys have a good night, day, whatever. Take care.